She is an energy vampire. You know, you could just buy the necklace. Raven was using her bossy voice, but it wouldn't work on Astra. It never had. Or I swear I'll let it slip to my mother that you're playing the magpie. Astra couldn't help but to eye her cousin through narrowed eyes. She was too surprised. Raven had never threatened that before. They were practically sisters. Surely Raven could let this slide. You wouldn't, Astra dared. I sure would, Raven smirked. My mother called yesterday, so I'm expecting another call this afternoon. I just have to let it slip that you took a necklace, and next thing you know, Auntie Edith will be calling you so fast. Astra couldn't believe it. She shook her head in disbelief. Her mother would go absolutely bonkers if she knew Astra was using the family businesses for personal gain. You're a traitor, Raven. You wouldn't. Wouldn't I? Payback for stealing the necklace and for telling your mom about Arthur. Astra was hit by a wave of guilt. You know I didn't mean to let it slip that you dumped him. Astra dug a $10 bill out of her pocket and placed it near the cash register. It was a gesture. She wasn't actually going to pay for the necklace. Not because she was mean or devious, but because she really needed it. Besides, the $10 was for her mid-morning coffee run, which she would desperately need after her appointment with Mrs. Geller. She could steal from family, not from the coffee shop down the street. It's better to pay for it anyway, Raven pointed out. You wouldn't want to mess with the energies by having a stolen crystal protecting you. Ugh, you're right. It didn't change a damn thing, but Astra could pretend for a second, then sneak away with the necklace and the cash. So, how are our dear parents anyway? Astra asked. Well, our mothers seem to be enjoying themselves on the cruise, but apparently at the last port, both of our dads staged a protest. I quote, "The damned boat was moving too much." Ah, I told them that being a water witch didn't necessarily mean they'd be comfortable on a moving ship. Astra saw the time on the small clock above the register. How long had she been chatting? She was going to be late. Fuck, she grumbled. I'll be late for Mrs. Geller. Don't tell my mom. Bye. She took the $10 bill and slid it into her pocket. Astra walked into her center and quickly made her way to the changing room. She slipped off her jeans and blouse to slide on a pair of black scrubs. She was rushing, her eyes glued to the clock that hung over the door. If she was late for Mrs. Geller's appointment, she wouldn't hear the end of it, not just from her sister, but from the client herself. It was bad enough that the crone was mean, demanding, and demeaning. But Astra was adamant that Mrs. Geller was an energy vampire, or something as equally nefarious. Every time the old woman had an appointment, Astra left it feeling completely exhausted. Even Astra's magic was shy and needed to rest after an hour of performing reiki. It wasn't like that with any of her other clients. Too bad her twin sister and her cousins didn't believe her. Astra had done her own research on what could possibly be happening, but nothing of value had turned up. Perhaps if her mother was in town, Astra could have gone to her, but her parents were off on some cruise. They didn't even live in Salem anymore. She took a deep breath, her eyes screwed shut, and her fist hovering over the white wooden door. God help me, she thought as she knocked on the door. From inside, Mrs. Geller beckoned her in. Hello, Astra. Mrs. Geller's voice was like nails on chalkboard. The old lady was lying on the reiki table, ready for her appointment. Ever the professional, Astra gave her a warm smile, her hand instinctively going to the quartz necklace she had just nicked from her cousin's store. She hoped the stone would detract some of Mrs. Geller's soul-sucking powers. What a pretty stone, her client said, an evil smile on her wrinkled face. Too bad it won't make a lick of difference. Astra felt her entire body go cold. Pardon me? She asked, her voice shaking. Something was definitely wrong.